Hello friends, a very warm welcome to every one of you for this test of UPSC Prelims Previous Year's question paper. Let's start with the first question without wasting more of its time. First question is, consider the following statements. The Legislative Council of State in India can be larger in size than half of the Legislative Assembly of that particular state. Is it true? No, the first statement itself is a wrong. Why? Because here remember, what should be the size of Legislative Council here? Remember, the size of the Legislative Council of a state should not be more than 1/3 of the size of Legislative Assembly, and it should not be less than 40 members. But there is only one exception, which is Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir's Legislative Council had 36 members. Clear? I repeat once again. The statement says the Legislative Council of State in India can be larger in size than half of the Legislative Assembly of that particular state. It is a wrong statement. Why? The size of Legislative Council of a state should not be more than 1/3 of the size of Legislative Assembly. But here simultaneously second provision which says the size of Legislative Council should not be less than 40. Clear? So these 2 points are the most important, and here again one exception is regarding Jammu and Kashmir's Legislative Council. Jammu and Kashmir's Legislative Council has just 36 members. Clear? Now coming to second question. The governor of a state nominates the chairman of Legislative Council of that particular state. I know many of you have this particular confusion and you will mark this question as wrong. Why? You have one particular misconception, and that misconception is governor of a state is the chairman of Legislative Council. No, it is a wrong. The chairman and deputy chairman of Legislative Council are elected by the members of Legislative Council from amongst themselves. I repeat once again. The chairman and deputy chairman of Legislative Council of a particular state are elected by the members of Legislative Council from amongst themselves. This is the most important thing. So both the statements are not correct. Both of the statements are wrong. So correct option is D. Now coming to second question. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, integrity of India's provision made in what? It is the provision made in fundamental duties. Very, very important. See, here you might get the confusion about preamble, and it happens that you might take this question in the beginning. No, preamble do not talk about upholding and protecting the things. Preamble says that we want to establish a state which is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. We want to have this nature of state which says we want to have sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic nation. So preamble is wrong and correct option is fundamental duties. About fundamental duties, few important bits that every one of you should know. Fundamental duties is not original part of the constitution. It is not original part, right? Second, it is added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. Here remember, 42nd Amendment Act is called as mini constitution. This 42nd Amendment Act added almost 10 fundamental duties. Then 86th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2002, it added 11th fundamental duties. So here remember, our constitution has total 11 fundamental duties. Most important thing, we have total 11 fundamental duties, and Indian constitution should have fundamental duties was being recommended by Swaran Singh committee. Most important bit regarding examination. Swaran Singh committee recommended we should have fundamental duties. Clear? Second question. Now coming to third important question. The fundamental objective of Panchayat Raj system is to ensure which among the following? Now I know many of you feel this question is very correct, and many of you wrong this question and you find that this particular answer given by UPSC is wrong and you feel your answer is correct. Why? It happens only on the account that you feel always what you think is right. You never focus on the questions that is being asked in the examination. See, they did not ask about what are the objectives of Panchayat Raj system. I repeat once again, the question did not ask about what are the objectives of Panchayat Raj system. The question asks about what is the fundamental object of Panchayat Raj system. right? So here remember, the first or the two most important object of Panchayat Raj system is people's participation and democratic decentralization. But your financial mobilization is never an objective of Panchayat Raj. So fourth option is wrong. If it is wrong, ultimately the option number B is gone, option number D is gone. Then remains 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 3. So 1 and 3, no need to go for it. Let's focus on 2. So Panchayat Raj do not focus on political accountability. No, political accountability is being ensured through what? Article 325, Article 324, Article 326. Article 324, it talks about election commission. Article 325, it talks about no discrimination while making electoral rolls for the election. At Article 326, it talks about universal adult franchise. Every citizen of India who has completed 18 years of age is eligible to vote in the election. So it is being ensured through political accountability. There should be a free, periodic and regular elections in India is being said through this particular 3 point. So the correct answer is answer 1 and 3. See, always remember, this is what happens with many of the people. They feel my answers are correct, and when result comes, their result is gone. Why? Always remember, you are not expected to choose correct answer. You are expected to choose more correct answer. Whenever you commit this mistake about choosing more correct answer, you are bound to commit the mistake. So remember this thing always, right? Now going to next question, question number 4. The ideal of welfare state in the Indian Constitution is enshrined in welfare state. It is given in DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. Always remember. Now let's talk about DPSP. DPSP is given in part 4 of Indian Constitution. It aims at establishment of socio-economic democracy. It is non-justiciable part of the Indian Constitution. It is non-justiciable part of the Indian Constitution. Clear? Question number 5. There is parliamentary system of government in India because Lok Sabha is elected directly by the people. Parliament can amend the constitution. Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved. Council of Ministers is responsible to Lok Sabha. Clear? So correct answer is D. How? Here remember, when we got independence, we had two options, whether we could have gone for parliamentary system or we had option for presidential system. If you go through Lakshmikant, there is one important statement given by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, who said we adopted parliamentary system as we preferred for more responsible government than stable government. Here remember, parliamentary system or the government in parliamentary system, it has two important features. It is more responsible, but parliamentary system is less stable. Whereas presidential system, it has most important feature. Presidential system is more stable, whereas it is less responsible, right? Now here one important thing, you have to keep few things in mind. First thing that everyone of you should know. First thing, Article 74 and 75 in this state, and Article 163 and 164 in, Article 74 and 75 in center, and Article 163 and 164 in state. These are the basis of parliamentary system in India. First thing. Second important thing, then second line, the Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to Parliament in general and to Lok Sabha in particular. Why? Because Council of Ministers has to prove their majority of no confidence motion under Article 75 of the Indian Constitution. Under Article 75 of the Indian Constitution. So this is the case. Clear? This is fifth question. Then coming to sixth question. Consider the following statements regarding the directive principles of state policy. The principles spell out the socio-economic democracy in the country. This is very straightforward question which every one of us know, that DPSP aims at establishment of a socio-economic democracy. So which of these statements are correct? First statement is correct. So D option is cancelled. The provision contained in this preamble principles are not enforceable by any court. So it is true, DPSP is non-justiciable. So both the statements are correct. Now here one important chart every one of you should know, just from examination point of view. There are certain features of the constitution and whether they are justiciable or not. So here remember, preamble, then fundamental duties, then fundamental rights and DPSP. So out of these things, preamble is non-justiciable, which means it is not enforceable by any court. Fundamental duties are non-justiciable. Fundamental rights are the only part which is justiciable. DPSPs are non-justiciable. Clear? So this is the case. Now going for question number 7. Consider the following statements. The Rajya Sabha has no power either to reject or to amend a money bill. Yes, it is very true. First statement is correct. The Rajya Sabha cannot vote on demand for grant. Second statement is also correct. They do not have right to vote on demand for grants. The Rajya Sabha cannot discuss the annual financial statement. Wrong. Rajya Sabha has the right to discuss annual financial statement. So answer is 1 and 2. Here a few important bits. Rajya Sabha has no power either to reject or amend a bill. Rajya Sabha must return a bill within 14 days. If Rajya Sabha do not return a bill within 14 days, it is considered as it is being passed by Rajya Sabha, and that bill is passed by Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha if it is not passed. Rajya Sabha cannot vote on demand for grants is true thing. Here the most important article about demand for grant is Article 113. Article 113, it says no demand for grant can be presented in Parliament without prior permission of the President. Clear? And the Rajya Sabha cannot discuss. Yes, Rajya Sabha can discuss. Important article about annual financial statement is Article 112. Here remember one very important bit. The word budget is not used anywhere in the constitution. Instead of budget, there is a word annual financial statement, right? There is a word annual financial statement. Question number 8. When a bill is referred to joint sitting of both the houses of the parliament, it has to be passed by a simple majority of members present and voting, 3/4 majority of members present and voting. See, nowhere in our constitution this kind of 3/4 majority is being mentioned. It is a feature of American constitution, not Indian constitution. So the second option is wrong. 2/3 majority of the houses, absolute majority of the houses. So here correct answer is A, simple majority of the members present and voting. Remember, the bill is passed by a majority of the total number of whom? Total number of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, by the total number of members of both the houses present and voting. So remember, here the bill which is being referred for joint sitting is passed by simple majority of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha combined. The most important article related with the joint sitting is Article 108. First thing, joint sitting is called upon by President of India. And third important thing, joint sitting is being chaired by Speaker of the Lok Sabha. I repeat once again, joint sitting is called upon by the President of India, and it is being called under Article 108, and it is being chaired by Speaker of the Lok Sabha. I have discussed in detail about joint sitting in our polity lectures. Question number 9. Consider the following statements. The executive power of the Union of India is vested in the Prime Minister. No, wrong. As I told you, it is one of the most favorite article of UPSC. It is Article 77. Article 77 talks about two important provisions. First provision, all executive actions of the government shall be taken in the name of President of India. First point. And second, President can make rules for more convenient transaction of business of the House. So Article 77 is one of the most important article and favorite article of UPSC. I repeat once again, President can make rules for more convenient transaction of business of the House, and all executive actions of the government of India are taken in the name of President of India. Clear? So first statement is wrong. If it is wrong, they have asked which is the correct. So in this way, first is wrong, then both 1 and 2 is gone. No, Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the Civil Service Board. So it is not the case. Here remember, Prime Minister is not the ex officio chairman of the Civil Service Board. So it is D, neither 1 nor 2. Here remember, Cabinet Secretary is the ex officio chairman of Civil Service Board. Remember, Cabinet Secretary is the ex officio chairman of Civil Service Board. Question number 10. The provisions of the 5th schedule and 6th schedule in the Constitution of India are made in order to, very straightforward question, to protect the interest of the scheduled tribe. Just some additional information about 5th and 6th schedule. 5th schedule talks about scheduled area and scheduled tribe, whereas 6th schedule talks about various tribal areas. Tribal areas in 4 important states. Those 4 important states are ATMM, that is Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram. It stands for ATM square. There is no money, it means there is no Manipur. This talks about autonomous district administration of 10 important districts from these 4 states. You should know names of these 10 important districts. The names of the districts are, in Assam it is Karbi Anglong, North Kachar Hills district, and third one is Bodoland Territorial Area district. In Tripura there is only one district, which is Tripura. In Meghalaya the 3 hills have district, it is Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, and in Mizoram there are 3 districts which are Chakma, Mara and Lai. So it talks about the autonomous district administration of 10 important districts from the tribal area. Clear? This is very clear and every one of you should know about these things. Clear? So thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.